Those days. I remember those days.
Hello, Vinyl community. This is Tommy, and welcome to another musical adventure. Now, today's adventure is a little bit of a thrown together last minute thing because the adventure was supposed to be a video with Sam St. John. Hi, Sam. And we're going to do that video eventually, but we have been fighting technology. I've been fighting technology. We did actually record the video, but there was no audio. So I'm going to leave that video for a later date and a later time when we can do it properly. And so I wanted to do a video this week, and so I'm going to do one. But the Sam St. John video will happen at some point, but I don't know when. It's going to be a matter of having all of my technology in order. We'll just have to see. Having said that, subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done it, go ahead, please. I'd love to have you along. Enjoy doing these videos. And so, subscribe. That's the easiest thing to do. Appreciate the support. Comment. I try to respond to all the comments that I get. So today's video, I'm going to be talking about a new release that just came out this week and give a little bit of a history on it. But I did get a copy. This is the songs of Bacharach and Costello. That would be Mr. Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello. And so this is a newly released compilation. There is a big, huge, mega deluxe box set that just came out. But I kind of want to talk about a little bit of the history of this writing duo as I show the album. So there's a movie that came out in the late 90s called Grace of My Heart. Really kind of, I won't say underrated movie, but a movie that certainly is worth a look. And the movie stars, Elena Douglas, Matt Dillon, Eric Stoltz is in it, John Turturro. And it's sort of an unofficial retelling of the story of Carole King. It's about a young up-and-coming songwriter in the 60s who is trying to make it as a singer. She unfortunately doesn't quite catch any of the breaks this is some scenes from the movie. She doesn't quite catch some breaks, so she ends up partnering up and becoming a songwriter, very much like Carole King. She goes on to write for some TV shows in the 60s, particularly a teen show similar to the Monkees. And she eventually finally gets to record her own album in the early 70s, and it becomes a huge hit. There's the track listing if you can take a look at that, if you can see it. But it's got a lot of great artists on here. The Williams Brothers, Sean Colvin, Jay Mascis does a great song. Jill Sobule is on here. So quite a few really interesting artists, and sort of done in the style, in the vein of that 60s music, even though these are all original new songs. Now, one of the places where the film deviates is that she dates and falls in love and marries Matt Dillon. Matt Dillon plays very much, if you've seen the movie, a Brian Wilson type character, kind of a tormented genius. Like I said, it's not Brian Wilson, it's not Carole King. They're kind of based on these folks. But anyway, Matt Dillon, he produces this track called God Give Me Strength, which is supposed to be her big breakout performance as an artist. But that song was written by none other than Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach. And if you've heard the song, it is I think I talked about it before. I talked about it on my Burt Bacharach video. The song is powerful. That movie came out in 96, but it did lead to a collaboration, a full-on collaboration between Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach. The album was Painted from Memory, and it was called The New Songs of Bacharach and Costello. And so that is the album or the CD that came out in 1998. Great picture of the two of them. And it was really, really kind of one of those things that was anticipated because Elvis, obviously, being a great songwriter himself, and Burt Bacharach being one of the great songwriters. And so the album is everything you would hope it would be. Elvis sings, but they co-wrote all of the songs and produced it, and it's just chock full of that sound, that syrupy, sweet Bacharach thing. As I talked about in my Bacharach video a few weeks ago when he passed away, the flugelhorn plays a large part. That sort of just bouncy, just really nice stuff. And so this is an album that I kind of always wanted on vinyl and never got it. Now, it did come out on a MoFi release. Mobile Fidelity did put this out a few years back, and I never got it just because of the expense, and of course it was pretty limited. I don't know if you guys got to look at the track list there on the back, but God Give Me Strength is on there, as well as a lot of other great songs. Toledo, really great song. This House is Empty Now, powerful. Painted from Memory, The Sweetest Punch, which is a really, really cool record. A really cool song. So I didn't get that. So they announced earlier this year that they were going to put out the songs of Bacharach and Costello. Now, I love how the original album is credited to Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach. Now, it does say at the bottom, the new songs of Bacharach and Costello, correctly, alphabetical, but it is credited as Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach. This is just called the songs of Bacharach and Costello. And this has the entire Painted from Memory album, as well as some new Elvis Bacharach and Costello songs. And so I thought I would share it with you. It just came out this past Friday, and I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. Now, there is a big deluxe box set, several CDs. Here is the track listing. So it's got the original, the first three sides are the original album, Painted from Memory. And then songs taken from life. You Can Have Her, which is Elvis Costello. Don't Look Now, Audra May and John Pagano. I Looked Away, which is Audra May. Audra May is, I believe, the granddaughter of, she's in the Judy Garland family line. I'm not sure what the relation is completely, but she's in the Judy Garland bloodline. Let's see. Taken from Life, Elvis and the Imposters, which was on the Purse EP or whatever that came out a few record store days ago. What's Her Name Today, Audra May Again, and Look Up Again. So this has everything that they wrote together, all in a 2-record set. Again, really, really stoked to have this on vinyl. There's the lyrics. Some of the pictures kind of came over. The albums were pressed at Precision. They were cut by Ryan Smith. So I know the sound quality is top notch. And some of the early reviews I've been reading of this set have been really good. So, fans of pop music, this is a collection for you. The songs of Bacharach and Costello, newly released. There is, like I said, a very expensive box set, like a couple $100. And it has the vinyl. It has, I think, 5 CDs with it. So it's a lot more extensive than I wanted to go with it. But I love these songs. Just a fantastic, fantastic collection. 2 great songwriters together. If you haven't seen Grace of My Heart, check that movie out. I think you'd find it interesting if you're a fan of pop music history. And again, another thing to mention, Bacharach and Costello appeared in, I think it was the second Austin Powers movie, The Spy Who Shagged Me, I believe. So Austin Powers fans can talk about that, because Austin Powers is a big Burt Bacharach fan. Comment down below, what do you think about this album? Again, apologies to Sam St. John for not getting the video up that we thought we were going to do. But we are going to do that video. That's a promise. And I'm going to leave you guys in suspense about what it may be. But it's going to be a new series that we're starting. And hopefully we can get it up sooner rather than later. Bacharach and Costello, check it out. In the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.